Hello everybody, today we're going to make another YouTube video and we are going to do something that I had promised that we were going to work on. We're going to work on the Rustler, the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. We ordered another body for it and those bodies come in clear and you have to paint them. Well, I had planned on doing a video of painting them, but we're going to do something different. This first body that we painted already was kind of an experiment, and it came out okay. But today we're just going to show you how to mount a new body if you should happen to get one. But that being said, we have painted the first Rustler body. Coming up, we will have videos hydro dipping a Rustler body. I used to do some hydro dipping work in the automotive field, and we will be certainly doing some hydro dipping for the Rustler Traxxas bodies. So I'm assuming that everyone knows how to get the body off, but in case you don't, maybe you just bought your Rustler and maybe this will help you figure out how to get the body off. We will only need one tool to do this entire transformation. Allen key. This particular size Allen key is a popular size with the Traxxas Rustler, and we will use it to put the body parts on our new body. So to take off the old body, of course, all you have to do is turn this little unlock mechanism, flip it up, lift the back up, and pull it backward, and the body comes off. And if you notice in here, the structure inside of the Rustler Traxxas, there are three basic parts that, well, three basic, but then there are two other parts that is kind of optional depending on what you want to do. First, you have the front and rear body mount, well, I guess they call it a body structure or skeleton, exoskeleton, whatever you want to call it. It's basically the structure that holds the body from being too flexible, and it holds it on to the Traxxas. So you have three basic parts. You have a front piece and a back piece. These two can be ordered together, and then you have the middle portion that ties both of those together. The other two additional parts that you should add, and you probably will, is the roof skid plate, which we will not add today, but we are making our own. We're going to make one out of this. It's like a foam pad that we're going to put on here on our Traxxas, on our other body. That's kind of kind of something new. What we'll do later on, we're going to have our GoPro camera mounted onto that. But it's kind of a foam pad. It certainly won't last a lot, but we're not going to be flipping that one on its roof, hopefully on the concrete too many times, but we'll make that in another video. So let's set our stock Traxxas body aside, and first let's lay out our parts. 6720 Traxxas. Oh, by the way, did you all notice I got my Traxxas hat on today? Well, here is the latch, the front and the back side of the inner structure. That's part 6720, and then the middle piece that ties them together is 6719. And additionally, I did order an orange wing. I guess that's the teaser for what color is our Traxxas. So let's pull the body out and show you, voila, what we did. We painted this in a metallic medium blue. And when you paint these, you have to have a specific paint for painting these, because it will not stick. This is made out of these bodies. I think that's what are they, Lexan, but they're pretty thin. But all paint will not stick to this. And of course, when you're painting these, something that I didn't know, you're painting from the inside out. So the bodies come clear. So if you were going to put on stripes like we did, you tape them off, paint in your stripes first, and then come back and paint the base color, and it shows through. So this is basically the outer clear coat. Now the body will come with a plastic film on the top, and of course you leave that on until you finish whatever painting you're going to do. I was kind of wondering because I didn't read any directions or anything, so I'm looking at this, the directions. When you get the body, it'll say remove outer film after painting, and I'm thinking about how am I going to paint that with the film on it, because I'm thinking I'm going to paint it on the outside. Well, I later read, well, you paint it on the from the inside out. But when we do our hydro dip of these bodies, and I believe even these bodies that come from the factory, I think they may be hydro dip. I'm not sure how they paint, how they get this on it. I'm pretty sure it's hydro dip though, in some shape or form. But we're going to hydro dip. We're going to do that in another video. We're going to hydro dip a body. I have some really exciting designs and colors that we're going to do some bodies, and that's the teaser. So we'll get to that maybe in the next video. We'll show you some of the exciting colors that we have ordered to go on it. When you do order your body, you get the Traxxas stickers that go with it. Of course, the windshield, the glass, the rear tail lenses, as well as the front grille. And you can kind of put these on and dress it up like you want to. And what I did, when I knew what colors I was going to use, Traxxas has these spoilers in different colors. So I did order an orange one. So what we're going to do is unpack all these parts, and then we'll get right to work. Now I'm not going to read any directions on how to do this, so if we don't do it right the first time, then I guess we just did it wrong, but we're going to learn this together. So let's just open these little baggies and get these parts laid out. Ouch, got the staple in my hand. That's never a good thing. Okay, there's the wing, and each group of parts will have its own screws. Let's see how that color wing is going to look on there, just as a, and the holes are already in this, so it should be pretty simple. But that wing is going to, we probably could have used a brighter orange, but hey, this is our first time, so we're learning as we go. Yeah, that's going to look pretty neat. Let's just set that aside. Let's move the Rustler body and the chassis and the motor and everything out of the way. And it won't hurt to paint because the paint's on the inside, so you can lay this down on your workbench. We have the middle structure and both ends. Body mounts, front and rear. Yep, we knew that. Let's get these opened up. Now I'm going to take a peek at the stock body and see if I can ascertain which one we should put on first. I'm pretty sure that the middle piece goes on and then the front and rear goes on after that. Here's the screws to that portion. And okay. We're going to figure this out, I promise you. Alrighty. Ouch. Alright, looking at the body structure here, it looks to me as the middle portion will go on first, and then the other two will bolt on top of that. So let's get to the middle portion. Let's open that up, get it bolted in, and then we'll do the other portions. It took a while to get these parts for whatever reason. I did order them on Amazon, and pretty much every part came from a different supplier. And the ones that said they were going to take the longest were there quicker than the ones that said they were going to be there right away. So this brace piece here goes towards the rear. So we're just gonna put that in here, just like that. Now, one thing I have noticed right away is that if you do not have the top piece, if you don't have this skid plate on the top, that actually holds it to the bottom. So I think we'll still be okay, because we're going to when that doesn't work, we wake up and try something a little different. So we're going to be winging this a little bit. So what we'll do, we're going to put it together without that. Hopefully, if we put the all the other mechanisms in, it should hold the rest of this together. I don't see why it wouldn't. So let's see what is what. Okay, so this goes towards the rear. We're going to put a couple of these bolts in. We're not going to tighten it down, just in case we make a mistake, because we're winging this. And if we have to take something back apart, then we can still do that. So we're going to start these screws in, connecting the middle and the back together. We could actually do this outside of the vehicle and then just sit it in there, but it's kind of just holding everything in place. So it's all good in the neighborhood. Okay, I got a couple turns on each one of those, so it's holding this together. All right, now I'm going to look at these parts that actually latch this all together, because some of this goes on the inside and some of it goes on the outside. So now I'm basically looking at everything, see how it fits. Okay, and this just fits in here like this. You got to kind of turn it in there and twist it, and it'll pop into the little holes. There we go. Okay, that's in. Did I put it on right? No, I did not. It's simple enough. We'll just twist it and twist it out. You got to come in from the bottom side like this. Come in from the bottom side, put the hole in, and then twist it into place. Because if you don't, the mechanism, the latching mechanism, will not come up through the body. And of course, this is probably going to be the harder thing to do. You know what they say, when all else fails, read the stinking directions. Okay, so we got that piece clipped in. Now let's flip this body over and see how the other thingamabob goes in here. So we can see that if we turn this lock, that's locking it, but if we open it up, those two pieces will slide together. So we'll do this. Slide that piece down through the body. Pull this out through the top. Now, what holds that on there? A screw? Let's see. Let's take a quick look. Look-see. I do not see any screw. Or is there? By George, there is a screw. Probably a smaller one that I have not looked at yet. Okay. There is a small screw that goes down in there. Let's open this up and see if we can identify which screw that is. Okay, let's sort them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of a kind. We got the smaller ones. There's round head, 8 of a kind. Then we have 2 of a kind. Then we have 1 of a kind and 1 of a kind. So what we're going to have to figure out now is which ones go where. So these flat ones are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that the 8 flathead ones will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, the ones that mount directly to the body. The one smaller screw head hex bolt is going to go into this little left locking mechanism that I have yet to attach. And then we're going to have one more, which, where will it go? Let's see. Aha. Once you put that little, clip it into the sides, you have two. You actually have 2 screws that will go in to that body piece. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that 1, you put the body structure, attach this latch on. Do not put the latching mechanism on until you have the entire structure bolted up. It will help you to hold this in place, and then you just simply put an Allen head screwdriver or key through here and just work this back and forth using this to tighten it and not this, because when you use this, it's very tedious and hard to get to. And the other thing we learned, when you're working on these Traxxas cars, you definitely should have a set of hex key screwdrivers or even the little power tool. But these, to just do it with just, is very tedious and it takes a lot of time. So we have the latching mechanism, all the bracing. The last thing that we have to do is to mount the wing. There are 3 bolts that came with it. So we'll just set it in place like so. It'll just clip down in there like that. Open up our little hardware. And this should not take, certainly not as long as it took us to put the body structure and the skeleton underneath of this thing, because that was way more tedious and time consuming than it needed to be. So what we're going to do is start all 3 of these, and then we'll just tighten them up.
Then we're going to take our Traxxas car and mount the body on. And again, I'll tell you next time that you see us, we will be making a camera mount to go on top of the Traxxas that will enable us to get some video footage from the ground point of view. If you were driving in a Traxxas, it would be exactly what you would be looking like and feeling like. So, I can find the other little, that was the right one. Just tighten these screws on down, and we're going to mount the body onto the Traxxas Rustler, and then we will say, as we say, the rest is history. kind of tighten these down together so that one side doesn't go up, the other side's down. Just kind of snuggle down and kind of work them on down as you get close. So you can just spin them down and you will be done in nothing flat. We have another tidbit of information. I hope you all have been tuning into the Fisher I'm In channel and you saw the reveal of the prize in the last video. We took delivery of the Cadillac Escalade that we had been waiting for a very, very, very long time. Well, I shouldn't say it was that long. It was long enough. Long enough to think, man, why is it taking so long? But, you know, good things come to those who wait. Wait, I say, upon the Lord. That is certainly a good thing to do. Why are these not fitting in here? Have we done something wrong? These screws don't seem long enough for some reason because they're already bottomed out on the structure. Not sure why. But the screws are not, well, let's see. Maybe this needs to fit down in the thingy. And then, let's try to tighten. Yes, definitely these Allen wrenches are not convenient as a set of regular screwdriver type ones. You gotta kind of push them in to get them started. Once you get them started, they should be right in now. Yeah, this is tightening up good now. You just gotta push the wing all the way through the body and engage it into the screws and get them all three of them started. Like I said, get them all three started. You get them all three started, then you money after that. Learned a lot with the Traxxas today. You know, each time we do these things, I'm learning as we're filming this thing together because I haven't done this kind of thing in quite a long time. Just a little hobby, something to, you know, take the edge off at the end of the day, just something to get out and have some fun, not expensive. Everybody needs a hobby, I think. Not that we all have a lot of spare time, because myself, when it comes to spare time, I do not have a lot of it. There's a lot of things going on in life when you get to be my age, I should say. We have our parents, well, some of us do. I thank God that I still have both of my parents. One is 84 and the other is 85, and there are challenges at this time in life, because as they get older, we're concerned, you know, for them, for their safety, for their health. And we just thank God that we have them around as long as we do. You know, the Bible says that we are promised 70. And anything after 70, which is 70 years, we should just say, thank you, Lord, because I'm here longer than a lot of folks. So, we have 4 leftover bolts. Those would be if we were to have this plate, but we're going to make something and attach the GoPro camera to that on the next video. But to finish off, let's put the crowning touch on the Rustler. It's a little tight. And one thing you notice about these bodies, here's what I do. I take my fingers and put them beside the body, and then when I would go, I just take my fingers and spread the body over top. And just kind of squeeze the Rustler up on there, sit it down on top, and it should just fit right in there now, if it's all the way forward. I've done everything right. There it is. Uh-oh, it's gone. There it is, locked down. Ready to go, locked down and ready. Why does that not seem right? Yep, it's on there. Rustler, ready to rip. So we're going to design a little plate here. I got this foam. This is actually something that the parts came out of. And what we're going to do is make a little mount right here, and it's going to double as not only a skid plate, but also when we can take our GoPro on and off, because we're going to mount a
GoPro right there. But for this time, that is all. Continue to keep watching the Fisher I'm In channel. Remember to like and subscribe, because there are going to be more videos coming. You know, we now have the Escalade, but the Escalade will not probably. We're working on some other stuff. And if you looked at the other videos, there were some items that I may have been wearing that would maybe give you some clues as to what is coming. But there is something also coming that we're going to be able to do more content. Another thing that we have, there's another remote control item coming. It's already here, but you won't be able to see it in this video. But tune in again next time. Thank you all for watching, and have a blessed day.